It's a unique lot. I think this is probably one of the coolest lots we've bought in a long time. All right, guys, headed down to Cincinnati to take a look at a collection that we got emailed about earlier this week from a longtime customer of ours. Said he was looking to move a big piece of the collection and wanted us to take a look at it. So got a couple pictures earlier this week, and it had some really, really cool stuff. So Brian and I just said, hey, we're gonna hop in the car and we're gonna come down and look at it and hopefully strike a deal. So excited to really get a look at this lot and hopefully buy one of the cooler lots we've bought in a while. So excited to see if that happens. Did you buy a lot of the Lafreniere stuff early?
Yeah, like I pulled a couple, one or two of the Young Guns. I pulled those, and then those Jambalaya ones. I bought those on eBay and got those graded. I thought those, those have done well basketball-wise. So
Yeah.
You never know with that kind of stuff. But
if this dude ever does anything, this could be a decent deal. Couple 10s, couple jambalayas, 101 plate. If he ever does anything. This Trey Lance, yeah. Logan was telling me the Trey Lance was jersey number because he pulled it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
Little 10-10 Trey Lance jersey number. Yeah. This is probably one of those cards you're like, hey, I wish I would have sold this 6 months ago. Sorry to probably a sore subject, but Zach Wilson, 1 of 1. Cool insert.
He pulled that one for me as well.
The LaMelo?
No,
the Zach Wilson. Yeah.
Yep.
So these, the asks are like what you want for them kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of comped everything and then
took a percentage off of that.
Exactly.
It's crazy to see some of the stuff like on here, like just knowing what it would have sold for like a freaking year ago, man. Like the Trey Lance before the season.
Timing is everything sometimes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Now tell me about this kid. I don't know a ton of baseball, but Oswald Perez, is it Pereza?
Yeah, Peraza, I think. I know he's made some pretty big leaps up through the Yankees farm system. They called him up last year at the end of the year for like 2 weeks, and I think he's a rookie in a lot of the 2023 product coming out.
Gotcha.
So this will be his sort of his big chance, I think.
So
he plays shortstop.
So could he start the year with the Yankees?
I think so.
Wow, that's pretty good.
If he doesn't, I think he'll be somebody that they sort of have a short leash to.
Well, this kid doesn't. I don't do much baseball. You guys know that. But if this kid does anything, it's not a bad little. Oh yeah, here's another one. Let me check some codes on this. All right, so this is an Orange Wave 10. On True Orange, PSA 9 did 800. So the shimmer, like the Wave Auto is not as good, but it is a 10, so it could definitely be decent, especially if this kid's good. Yeah. Now, I know there's some, there's some like J-Rod in here. Were you early on J-Rod?
Yeah, so some of that stuff, I'd say I was probably like right in the middle.
Gotcha.
Right, so he had not come up yet.
Yeah.
And so, but in terms of prospects, he was already top 5 type of prospect. So I think I actually did fairly well on some of that stuff, but it wasn't like I paid pennies on it.
Yeah, sure. For it. Did you get some of the Danny Dimes early?
That stuff I've probably had that for like 2 years. So
really?
He had his, not this year with the playoff run, but the previous year. I thought, maybe that's his year. The Giants will start picking it up a little bit. So I bought a lot of stuff then.
Gotcha.
And just have sat on it. And last year, they had a pretty good year, and I think he's going to get a contract. So
do you?
I think he'll be the quarterback next year for the Giants. I'd be shocked if he wasn't.
Yeah, I would agree. Just crazy how much a card value can like fluctuate in comps in such a short period of time.
Right.
Like I'll show Brian, like this card right here. So Danny Dimes, PSA 10 Blue Wave. You have a 150, both with one bids, and I don't always love the one bid thing. But then you have 43 bids in the beginning of January at 255, and a 198 in the beginning of January, and then a 142 in the beginning of January. And in December, it was $61. So in the last 2 months, this card has sold from $61 to $255. I mean, that's an insane fluctuation over a 60-day period. Another one that just has such a crazy difference in pricing. You have a PSA 9 that did 316. The same day, the exact same day, a PSA 10 did 1275. I mean, talk about an extreme difference in pricing. But it's definitely up. There's no doubt Daniel Jones stuff is definitely up from December. It's up a significant amount. I think some of the baseball stuff could be good timing on that.
Right.
Just as the season is getting closer with pitchers and catchers and some of these guys. That's one I want to look up. Vintage stuff seems to be pretty liquid right now. Yeah, I don't remember seeing this one originally. This is kind of cool. The Gold Megabox. It's a Gold Megabox PSA 9. Not a lot of sales on it though. Got another card with just a wide variety of sales. Wander Refractor 10. You got a 380, 420. You got this from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we bought this in California.
Burbank.
Yeah, but the last Burbank show last year. Burrow, Boyd, Higgins. I bought this because no one bought this because it is jersey number. Don't know if you can catch that, Brian, but it's 9 of 20. Mm-hmm. I always said I wish Jamar Chase would have been on this, but it would be impossible to have it because it's Burrow's rookie, so I'd rather have a Burrow rookie than jersey number with Chase. I think this was probably the most exciting part of this deal. As someone that is 90 minutes from where the Bengals play, and he is probably the number one guy we get asked for on Whatnot. This is a good amount of the right guy. That's just one of them. Not a bad guy to be getting a lot of in one particular deal for sure. Now I was looking at some of this and I was doing the research on some because I don't think there's been a purple Pulsar Burrow sale since like November. And I was wondering, do you think Burrow stuff is up or down since November? It's got to be pretty close, right?
I would say it's got to be close. The Bengals started slow a little bit, so you may even see it up a little bit. Yeah,
I was like, I wonder if they're, because they weren't super hot right then. That was like right when they started going on their win streak. Because I think they finished this season with like 8 or 9 wins. But they lost and didn't go to the Super Bowl. So I'm like, I don't know. It's the off season, but they weren't hot there. Burrow's going to be hot at the Nationals. So I'm like, I'm not super sure. We still get asked for him on Whatnot every single time we go live. So
I think that card is it's a pop 2.
Is it a pop 2?
Yeah. So
now I got to check.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of sales on it to begin with. Yeah, pop 2. This is like, is this the Mega Box one? Forget where these are from.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Joe Burrow stuff.
We're excited to see what the next, hopefully 10 years bring with him.
Yeah, sure. He's good.
Yeah.
Did you get this from us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
Yeah.
Would you pull that?
No. I bought, there's 2 8s that are, I bought all 3 of those in a lot.
Really?
On eBay and then got them graded.
It's a heck of a lot. He's good. Probably one of the coolest cards in the entire deal. 1 of 1 gold vinyl Saquon Barkley rookie PSA 10. That's just one of those cards you just don't see every day. Downtowns obviously do super well. PSA 10, gold vinyl. Like this is just one of those cards that's pretty cool. Not as cool, but still pretty nice. 8 of 10 Barkley gold optic PSA 9 rookie. So definitely some cool Saquon stuff. It's tough because I think the gold vinyl will do, like the downtown will do well, PSA 10 will do well. But it's weird because you've got like, so you have an encased 1/1 shield rookie patch PSA 9 that did 910, but you have a gold vinyl tag patch auto from Spectra 1/1 that did 511. So it's kind of tough. It's like, how high can it get? Contenders Optic 1/1 rookie auto. Looks like it was from Honors at 500. But then you got a flawless 1/1 shield patch. Did 8,900 or best offer.
Wow.
It's kind of literally all over the place. I think that might be the biggest unknown card in the deal for me. Yeah, so there's a Deshaun Watson 1/1 gold vinyl, 9.5. That sold in the middle of January for $11.26. That's the only comp. So I don't know the difference between their two values right now, but man, it is a cool card, I'm not gonna lie. Probably one of the more liquid cards. Everybody seems to want this dude. We don't do as much baseball, I think you guys know that, but anytime you can get J-Rod, everybody seems to ask us for this guy. Every single time we go live, he gets asked for in the retail store. Like literally, he's one of those guys that we always get asked for. These are kind of cool, not something you see every day. A little bit more less common stuff from when I got in. Some Peterson X-Fractors, the white refractor, and the refractor base. It's kind of cool. Stuff from my childhood. So it looks like it adds up to just above like 36,000. Is that kind of your number for taking it all?
Yeah, so when I comped everything, I thought that was a pretty good price.
Okay.
Understanding, right? I'd love for you to take all of it, and in order to maybe work out a deal with you on that, I'd be willing to sort of take 10% off of that, which I think in my head it was about 32.5. Obviously, I think my perfect number, what I really would love to get would be around 35, but also understand, right? You want it. It's a big lot. Take it all. You got to move it. So I'd be willing to do kind of 10% off of that number.
All right, let me check this out real quick. All right, so I'm off on like a couple pieces, but honestly, I think you're off on a couple. Like I think there's a few that are like lower because of what they are. Like I think the Burrow PSA 10 Purple Pulsar Auto is the one that's gonna have like the most room. It's just hard because there hasn't been a sale since November. It's a Pop 2, but I think that one could do well. I like the Contenders Green Rookie Ticket Auto and that. So I think some of the Burrow stuff has a little upside. Like I'm off on this. I told you that. Like there's just not enough on this that scares me. But I think a lot of it is like pretty liquid stuff. We've got a big high-end night coming up on Whatnot on Sunday. So for us, this is like perfect for that. It's 100, 120 total cards, all higher end stuff. And since we're going to be selling the high end stuff on there, I think it makes sense for us to grab. I mean, they're just like the perfect stuff for what we need. It's perfect with that coming up. So I think we can flip it relatively quick. So honestly, I don't have any problems paying you your number. I think 35 is fine. I think there's plenty of room at 35. So I don't need to be, 32.5 would be great, but like truthfully, I think 35 is fine. It's just got everything we need. It's got perfect stuff. It's the right players. It's graded on a lot of stuff. It's hard to argue the price. So as much as I would love it to be 32.5, I think 35 is fair. It's a good number. It's got the cool stuff. So yeah, I'm good with that.
Awesome. No,
cool.
That's great. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I think it's a unique lot. I think this is probably one of the coolest lots we've bought in a long time. So I think it will be perfect for the Whatnot stream. It's the perfect right amount of cards. It's really everything we could want. So I appreciate the opportunity to buy it, but I'm good at 35.
Okay, great. Thank
cool.
you.
All right, guys, that is another successful road trip and another successful deal purchased. And honestly, this one could not have been more perfect for our upcoming Whatnot high-end night on Sunday, March 5th at 7 p.m. like we mentioned when we were inside, this deal just had everything we wanted, and it's going to fit perfectly for that live stream. It's got the guys we keep getting asked for, the J-Rods, the Joe Burrows, stuff like that. It had some high-end Hall of Famer stuff with your Montanas, your triple with Magic and Bird. It had Soto and Wander into Tatis and some of the baseball guys right before the season. So this deal really just had it all. And again, everything we bought is going to be available on that live stream. So if you saw something you want to purchase, make sure you check the live stream out down below, where when you also use our link, you can get $10 free to use on Whatnot for the first time when you sign up. But again, Sunday, March 5th at 7 p.m., we'll have all of these cards available for the high-end singles night over on Whatnot. It should be a lot of fun, so make sure you guys check it out. But hopefully we'll be on the road soon picking up some more cool collections. But for now, guys, that's all I got. Peace.